3 years ago, a YouTuber by the name of A4 made a series of videos which had the main intention of directly copying MrBeast, and unbeknownst to him, this would make him go completely viral across YouTube, but not entirely for the right reasons. Over the next year, these videos managed to skyrocket his channel to over 70 million subscribers and earned him possibly tens of millions of dollars in the process. But this isn't the only channel that has attempted to copy MrBeast, as there are actually 5 other channels who attempted to do the same as A4, with some failing miserably and others succeeding so much that they managed to cross 100 million subscribers. But how does copying MrBeast manage to generate you this much money? Well, starting with A4, it's complicated. Believe it or not, A4 knew what he was doing when he posted these videos copying MrBeast, and it's not actually a coincidence that one of these videos got over 100 million views. See, back when this video was uploaded to YouTube, back in 2020, the concept of dubbing YouTube videos or having channels in multiple different languages was a very foreign concept, with only a few YouTube channels on the entire platform actually doing it. And with A4 having a mainly Russian audience, it created the perfect opportunity for him to completely rip off MrBeast's content, and maybe even get away with it. See, even without the multiple languages, in 2020, MrBeast was still dominating the platform, uploading videos that got him hundreds of millions of views. So it was clear that these video ideas, video styles, and more importantly, video thumbnails obviously worked. So all A4 had to do to succeed was essentially make the exact same videos, this time in Russian, and he could reach an entirely new audience with essentially the exact same video. And that's what he did, gaining tens of millions of subscribers and earning tens of millions of dollars in the process. Now, unfortunately for him, A4 didn't get away with copying MrBeast, with multiple people making videos exposing him for what he was doing. But what happens if you copy MrBeast and get so good at it that you actually end up coming face to face with MrBeast himself? Well, this is what happened with the YouTuber Beem, who just 5 years ago didn't even have a single subscriber. This was until he posted one video, which did copy MrBeast, but not in the way that you might expect. As seen before with YouTubers like A4, people often copy MrBeast with the intention of purely stealing the views from him and then just continuing like nothing ever happened. But what if I told you that Beem actually wanted people to know that he was copying him? Well, this is because MrBeast was actually in the video which blew up Beem's channel, as it was titled "I Surprised MrBeast with a Custom Car." And not only did this video involve MrBeast, but it also completely copied his editing style, even going as far as using the same font as him. And this was because Beem knew that making a video about MrBeast was only going to attract an audience who watched MrBeast and are more used to his style of videos. So if he made the thumbnail, the editing, and the overall style of the video in the same style as MrBeast's, the people watching the video would be more likely to actually watch the video, resulting in this particular video getting Beem 6.4 million views, which allowed him to go on to make multiple other videos in the same style, which also got hundreds of millions of views. But now we've seen some of the effects that copying MrBeast has in the channel, what happens if you start to copy MrBeast, but at the same time start to copy so many other YouTubers? Well, this is what happened with Topper Guild. Now, unlike the last YouTuber on this list, Topper Guild hasn't managed to gain 100 million subscribers with this strategy, but he is on his way to achieving this. For context, Topper Guild is mainly a channel who makes content directed at kids, which is why his thumbnails are so bright and borderline just giving me a headache. The first video where Topper Guild was seen copying MrBeast was in a video titled "I Got Hunted by the FBI," and I don't even think that I need to explain why this video was copying MrBeast. I think I'll just put the two videos next to each other. Yeah, so the thumbnails are essentially the exact same thing. But that isn't even the only similarity, as the intro is also a carbon copy of MrBeast's video, and so is the entirety of the rest of the video. And although this video didn't perform as great as Topper Guild would have liked it to, it still managed to get him 700,000 views. But this wasn't the only video which he copied, as he went on to copy Ryan Trahan's Penny series, and even copy videos and thumbnails from Beem, who we previously talked about. And all of these videos combined, along with some of his shorts literally getting billions of views, meant that his channel managed to climb to over 50,000 subscribers. But now we've seen what happens when copying MrBeast propels you to millions of subscribers. What happens if copying MrBeast just fails miserably? Well, this is what happened with the channel Morgz, when he actually got into a heated argument with MrBeast himself. Now, as we've seen before, Morgz' channel was also directed at kids, with the same themes we've seen before, like bright thumbnails, does fast-paced videos, and for some reason, he's still screaming at the camera all the time. But instead of trying to hide the fact that he was copying MrBeast, Morgz instead went for a different approach and just blatantly copied him. For example, if MrBeast uploaded a video putting Orbeez in his back garden...
How many Orbeez is that?
That's 1 million Orbeez.
Yes, that is 1 million Orbeez, and it's only 1% of our Orbeez. That's a weird flex.
A couple weeks later, you'd see the exact same video on the Morgz channel, just in a slightly more kid-friendly way.
We have officially filled the entire garden with the Orbeez.
But this started getting out of hand when Morgz started doing this with literally every upload on his channel, right up until the point that MrBeast had to reach out and actually get involved with the situation. But why did copying MrBeast work so well for Morgz? Well, the main reason is genuinely just because he had an extremely young audience at the time, even younger than the audience that watches MrBeast content now. And if you have any knowledge at all on YouTube Kids content, it's that they'll watch anything and everything that their favourite YouTuber posts. So although it mattered to people like me and you that Morgz was directly ripping off MrBeast, to Morgz' audience full of kids, they could not care less. But although Morgz managed to amass over 12 million subscribers through his videos, this next YouTube channel managed to recently cross 100 million subscribers, purely from copying MrBeast. The name of the channel is the Stokes Twins, and you've probably heard of them in one way or another, as they have recently been blowing up all across YouTube. And if you don't know who they are, I don't blame you either, because to be honest, I didn't really know who they were before making this video, because again, they make kids content. But the first instance of them copying MrBeast was with their video titled Going Back to Kindergarten for a Day, which, as we've seen before with YouTubers like A4, was directly copied even down to the thumbnail. But what if I told you that this video was made after copying so many other YouTubers? For example, with the YouTuber Charles the French, a video was uploaded titled The Problem with Online Classes, which only a couple months later was completely ripped off by the Stokes Twins and copied essentially word for word. But despite the severe backlash, the Stokes Twins still managed to climb to over 100 million subscribers, basically just because they have an audience of kids who for a fact do not care about their content. But at the end of the day, if you make YouTube videos, don't copy people, it's not worth it. Just make your own videos and enjoy the journey. Also, I would recommend subscribing and checking out our free YouTube course in the first link of the description. And thank you for watching.